beautiful day, everyone, and welcome once again to the Quantum Cafe and the Interstellar Lounge with your host here, the Cosmic Messenger, Derek Pennett, light body technician, Reiki master teacher, and metaphysical activator. And if anybody's wondering what a light body technician is, it's a being who puts all of our metaphysical parts back in order, from the aura to the subtle bodies to the astral twin, etheric double, the celestial body, Hova body, Merkaba spin repair, working through all of the original chakras in the fifth dimensional chakra system, the galactic cord, as well as does everything else in the full spectrum healing realms. So that's what a light body technician is. The simple form of it anyways. Rewire the DNA, access to the higher heart, the Hara line, the core star, our gold nugget, and all of our arc lines as well too, right? Physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual bodies, etc., etc. So it's an energy healing practitioner that works with the light body as a whole, which is the outer casing of all of the things I mentioned, except for the outer region of the auric field and our Merkaba spin as well. That's actually the biggest casing at the end. So thanks for tuning in to the show today. I absolutely love coming on here and talking. If anybody's new to the show, just want to let them know that this is a metaphysical transmission hub for fifth dimensional living on Earth, Gaia, Terra, however you go about in communication with it, which Gaia is the seventh dimensional ascended Earth, and Tara is in the middle. Terra is the galactics. No, our world is called that. We call it Earth, right? Lots of different informational bits. So basically it's anything that has to do with wild, otherworldly, supernatural, superconsciousness, ultrasonic, full spectrum healing, tips, tools, and wisdoms about multidimensional living, teleportation, and all of the wild things that happen to us on planet Earth, because it is the combination of all of us together that makes up this entire whole. So if you've watched my channel before, you know that I absolutely love crystals. They're integral to tools that I use in my sessions. However, I'm really fascinated with fifth dimensional crystals, or the ones that are going to take us into the new ages, right? The new millennium, the next levels of our advanced consciousness. So I am going to come on and have a crystal video today as well too. And what I want to speak about today is a really powerful crystal that I recently acquired. I'll just show it to everybody there. This one is known as Quattro, right? This is an obelisk form. And Quattro is an amazing crystal. I'm going to go through, I have some material to read, and then I'll explain it to you as we go to extract some more wisdoms out of the passageways. I love the Crystal Bible, so we're going to go through that. And then talk about it a little bit more about what it means. But the one thing that was very interesting to have this crystal come into my reality was that when working on it in a session, so for you practitioners out there, or if you're doing some radical self-care, right, for some harmonic equilibriums of your energetic systems, deep healing, it separates the four prime bodies. And what are the four prime bodies? Physical, emotional, mental, and spiritual bodies. So you can isolate them and then work with one at a time and separate them while having them all separated, right? So you're working on all four, but you can isolate a specific body and dive deep into that area, or you can combo them up into a one or two at a time, right? Or work with three, and then the other one can come after, or maybe it's not needed in that session. So it enhances that experience so that it's a lot more accurate and profound. So there's a lot to read here, so I'm going to go through with it with you, and I'll touch base on some wisdom. So I am reading, so if my head goes down, that's where it's from. I hope everybody's having an absolutely amazing summer as well too, and absorbing a lot of the frequencies that are coming onto Earth at this time. So Quattro. And what I like about the obelisks is they're still easy enough to lay down on the body in a session, but you can stand them up in and around the table, and then you can also pick them up and put them in like an acupuncture point, right? So you get in there really close, poof, without touching the area, but just put a little bit of that energy, or you just hold it. Like if I was to hold it right now on my wrist and wait 5 minutes, it's amazing how much energy gets generated. Obelisks are really special. So quantum Quattro, let's talk about some of its galactic attributes. So it's a combination of Shaktokite, diatassi, malachite, chrysocolla, and smoky quartz. Wow, now that's quite the combination. Quantum Quattro prevents a healing crisis, right? So it moves us to see what needs to be changed in advance before it reaches those extreme levels that can be catalysts for amazing change, but can also sometimes be really hard on the body, the nervous system, and such. And prevents a healing crisis or catharsis occurring as negative energies gently drop away. Not forcefully, not like, I got them and I chucked them away, but this gentle play. It is a stone of transformation. It has a dramatic effect on the energy field, right? We are made of energy, frequencies, vibrations, plasma, light and color, sacred geometry, and all of our organs, all of our endocrine, lymphatic system, the respiratory system, all of it, circulatory system, our bones, our muscles, our eyes, our mouth, how I'm talking to you, the chakras, all of them have a field of energetic consciousness to them. And that's actually the main vortex, the main vortex that keeps them operating in a healthy way. So it strengthens also the immune system and the DNA. So just by holding it and letting it get warm and sitting with it, 10, 15 minutes minimum, that strengthens the immune system and powers up our DNA. And we need that right now on planet Earth, because the DNA is definitely having and the immune system, it's just a barrage of stuff coming at it from our environment as well too. And then it also activates the 12-strand DNA. So if you're not aware, we don't have just 2 strands of DNA. That's what they see under the microscope. There's way more, because some beings have actually been doing microscopic checks on beings who have done a lot of ascension work, and they're starting to see new strands of DNA being formed in the mix. So the original human was built with 12 energetic strands, and then they were deactivated. We deactivated them in combination with our consciousness and through various extraterrestrial play that took place, right? On reserve, so that they can be re-illuminated whenever we wanted, but particularly during this quickening that's going on right now. It's also very grounding. So it pulls in all those metaphysical frequencies and brings them down into the soil, brings them through our feet and turns them into negative ions. It's amazing stuff. So it's not just about grounding it out to get rid of it, it's assimilating it into the human field. So it's grounding spiritual. What it does is it grounds spiritual energies, just as we were chatting, on the planet, and allowing the information to pass freely from all levels of our being, right? So it touches all the different parts of us. But the information can flow freely rather than being controlled or constricted or blockages, right? It is an important protective stone. So it absorbs negative energies that are around us and pollutants. So that can be stuff from the EMF, stuff that's coming down from the skies, chemicals in the soil, cleaners, things like that as well too. Binds them together and helps the body purge them. Spiritually, Quantum Quattro clears psychic vision and protects during channeling. So basically, if you're having like a channeling experience where you're bringing in your higher self, and in some rare cases with a highly trained being, there, another being that's working with them that they made an agreement with comes over and does some channeling, it will give us a protection method so that we can do that in the way that it won't drain our energy or damage our DNA in the process, right? Or keep that to a minimum. Ensuring that the entity does not fully take over the physical body, right? It keeps that a little sheath, like a layer around. It's amazing. What an incredible stone. Aligned to the anticipated 2012 vibrational shift, this stone, when used with intention, which we're already past the 2012 end of the Mayan calendar year, end of the recent Mayan calendar, which also was a catalyst for a large amount of beings to awaken spiritually, see the truth of what's going on the planet, and then also have an influx of metaphysical energy enter them, right? Star seeds, the whole bit, because the peak of the stellar ascension cycle, 2012 to 2023 is kind of its main zone, right? Even though the whole process is a couple thousand years. So when used with intention and sincerity, could bring about a better world. So it helps channel that love frequency out, the high vibrational realms, the gamma rays, so that they can impact all the beings around and bring that consciousness in for like the most aligned future that's working for our highest good possible. So it resonates with that instead of the other way. Meditate with it and clearly visualize the positive changes you wish to put in place to offset the negative expectations that are abound around us. So you use it with meditation and you can take that to a whole nother vortex. Environmentally or physically, you place it, Quantum Quattro, on an area of imbalance, and the stone gently restores equilibrium. So you can use it anywhere on the body. Oh, I'm having some shoulder pain, or I have a cyst, or carpal tunnel, right? Place it on the body. Don't just use it once. You want to have some big healing take place? Dive into it. Use it regularly. Get to know it for quite a few weeks in a row, or until the situation resolves itself as well too. If the stone is placed on the third eye or above the navel point, which is the solar plexus, mind, body, and emotions are balanced. Mind, body, infusion, right, comes into play. Mix that with tincture bells, wow, takes it to a whole nother level. Psychologically, Quantum Quattro is particularly effective at healing the effects of grief. Somebody passed away, the shedding of the old self, right? Missing somebody who's traveled to the other end of the planet and you absolutely love them, you haven't talked to them in a few years, a relationship that's dissolved. In a past or present life, wow, so it jumps multidimensional timelines. This lifetime, other lifetimes, previous, future life. And releasing heartache held within the physical body. It helps draw out the feelings and the psychomatic causes, breaks an unwanted ties and outworn patterns, and teaches us how to take responsibility for each and one of our actions, thoughts, and feelings. Because we are the only ones who can make those changes, right? We can get all the information from an environment, it can be a catalyst for it, but in order for the pattern to change, we have to be the catalyst for ourselves to move up to our higher self or to make those tune-ups and those key codes. And when we do them, that's how we create a better planet, planetary whole of humanity, because we worked on our inner self. But to do that, we need to make the shifts. And working with Quantum Quattro is going to illuminate the areas much more easier. Sometimes we need some assistance, and the cosmos is here to help. This stone removes hypnotic commands and edicts, I pronounce that word, against using psychic vision, clearing past life curses and commands to secrecy. So we're talking about, because like psychic vision is very important. So this is what was written down on the page. But we're talking when you're receiving a hypnotic command, conditioning, brainwashing, manipulation from the matrix comes in, does it, parental stuff that took place, other stuff that we did to ourselves that led up to this future life. They're talking about it blocks those psychic visions from coming in and overriding and taking hold and navigating the picture, right? Wherever our energy flows, where our attention goes. And if we spent many lifetimes spinning in circles, then those can come in. But sometimes there's invasive frequencies that do come in. So it's helping with those ones. And then it moves, they say past life curses, more so past life karmic contracts that we want to move beyond, right? And entities that we have attachments with, nefarious beings that we may have didn't know that we welcomed them into our system, or we knowingly did, and they were shapeshifters or had a different mask. They were pretending to be something else. So it cleans them right out, and then commands that we had to take for secrecy. So if you can work here, but if you speak up about this, oh, you're going to get in trouble now, but we're going to pay you really well. Things like that, or stuff that's not supposed to be secret, but you've signed a contract to keep it that way. It also supporting a positive attitude to life. What a jump in support system here to life, and instilling the ability to tune in to one's inner resources. You have everything you need. Quantum Quattro is especially helpful when you do not know what to do next, as it indicates direction, helps us where to go, those next pathways on our spiritual and soul's journey, right? A strong mental cleanser and detoxifier. The stone releases the need to control others. You're working with them. There's no need to have power over others. Clarity of mind, clarity of those thoughts, recognizing when maybe we would move in those directions, or putting in the energetics to keep that at bay so that it does not happen in the future. Emotionally, Quantum Quattro is a powerful healer for the heart and an activator for the thymus chakra, known as the higher heart chakra, the next octaves up. And this also helps with the immunity boost too, right? The next seed of our immunity. Drawing out negative emotions such as guilt from the solar plexus chakra, this stone reverses destructive emotional programming. And it acts as a bridge to the emotional healing, especially for the inner child. Because a lot of the emotions that we developed came through our childhood, particularly the first 7 years of existence in this incarnation. So it helps heal those emotional wounds, elements, feelings, sensations that came from our inner child, clearing festering wounds and forgotten hurts, dissolving grief, betrayal, and sorrow. So if you know somebody that you're doing a session for, or yourself, if you can relate to any of those things, this crystal will greatly assist you in coming to resolve for those situations. And when you heal that, you heal all these other multidimensional timelines. It is extremely effective for healing the pain of abandonment. Maybe your father wasn't around when you were a child, or you felt like abandoned by society because you were the starseed and you're kind of left alone and you hadn't fully powered up yet, right? Stuff like that. Abandonment, or no friends, no matter what you did. You're well into your 30s and you just can't possibly make a friend, right? Feeling abandoned in those kinds of ways while everybody else is playing and you're left alone. This stone teaches the difficulty in relationships is a mirror effect of an inner separation from the self, repairing that link and drawing in the love from all levels from the central heart. Quantum Quattro heals an emotional black hole that is desperate for love. So if it's getting intense, you bring that in. And as much as sometimes we're like, oh, black and crystal's intense, right? Even though you're seeing it there and it has a lot of like the green shades, that's some malachite in there as well too. That black can take us in. Draw out that energy from the black hole as well too. The stone clears away perceptions as to how to love ought to be, and just letting it flow in the moment, right? That's conditioning from society that love should be presented in a certain fashion, and brings in a new vibration of love. It is beneficial to relationships that have become rocky, stabilizing and healing the home and all of your personal interactions. I mean, what can't this stone do? It's amazing. This tranquil and sustaining stone assists in accepting with serenity situations that are constantly changing, invoking great inner strength. Quantum Quattro enhances personal power, right? Not giving it to authority, having your own. And inspires creativity, getting us to explore the arts, realizing that every single thing from cooking food to how we design a building to the clothing we wear is an artistic expression, promoting a concern for the environment and ecological solutions. So while we're intermixing this creativity, we are promoting, that is, that there is a concern for the environment, but more so that we're keeping it in holistic ecological truth, so that it's in balance with the planet, it's compostable, it feeds the soil, it doesn't interrupt the rest of the beings living on this planet that we're sharing this beautiful space with. Assisting elimination and detoxification on all levels, it brings in a positive vibration to fill the space. So you're looking to detoxify, help with the liver, bringing stuff out of the lymphatics, right? Drainage as well too, it will help as well too, and then fills up that empty space with new positive, healthy energetic vibrations, new frequencies. So Quantum Quattro teaches how to leave behind anything that no longer serves us. It no longer serves a purpose for our highest good, our higher self. On all levels. And it protects the earth chakra, which is below the feet, just below our feet. Yes, we have another chakra there. There's way more than the 7 that we've been told about. And below the feet, and it is a grounding cord when in an area of disturbed earth energy. So it helps us. Let's say you're standing and you can't get away from it, and there's a 5G tower, cell tower right beside you. It'll help ground through that energy when it's disturbed. Maybe it's a broken ley line, or there was some really intense stuff that happened in a past eras, right? Alleviating ambivalence about being in an incarnation. So it makes us feel all nice and comfortable being here in this incarnation. The stone assists in accepting the physical body and its sexual nature. Quantum Quattro efficiently breaks the cycle of karmic codependency, turns it to interdependent, that occurs within addictions or obsessive relationships. Gets rid of that attachment. It helps carers or partners realize that they can neither do it for the addict or the partner, nor control their behavior. The stone assists with standing in placidity while the other soul follows its journey, but also indicates when intervention would be positive. And so you just let it go wherever it goes, and you have less of an attachment. Sometimes it can be an intense situation, and other times it benefits it as well for getting back together with that relationship, seeing the healing happening, right? But then it makes it that much easier. Now, it is also a master healer, so it brings the body gently back into balance and acts as an all-purpose general tonic. It is beneficial for intercellular structures, so all of the cellular networks inside of us, cellular disorder, blood reoxygenation, just reinvigorates it with so much healthy prana. The lungs, pancreas, insulin intake, it balances it out. It's also great for the thyroid and our overall metabolism. T cells, the thymus, Meniere's disease, high blood pressure, pain, migraines, fatigue, and sudden impacts and shocks like a car accident. It lessens nausea, feeling a little dizzy, and it supports the liver, kidneys, and the digestive tract. Alleviates PMT, overcomes addictions and stress, and it's beneficial for arthritic pain, ulcers, muscle strengthening, muscle cramps, infections, and miasms. Can we not say, wow? Absolutely incredible. Make the crystal into an elixir, and the vibrational imprint of it in the water. Wow. You're not actually placing the crystal in the water when you do that. And so you can put it around a bed or healing couch, right? The cushion near you as appropriate. And then lay it on the body as well too. And you can use it as an essence for headaches, as we were saying, like the elixir and the essence, for burns and pain as well. So I'm going to let you take another look at this absolutely amazing crystal. Quantum Quattro, everyone. Right? An amazing, powerful gift from the cosmos. And these crystals keep coming out as we need them. There is a ratio to how much we extract with how much we're using. However, it is a planet of abundance. And we have these amazing tools. All of that comes from one crystal. Now imagine if you combine more. So I'm grateful for having Quantum Quattro in my toolkit. And if you come across it at all at this point in time, I don't know where price points go with crystals, but it's very accessible. And a wonderful, powerful tool. Before I purchased it, I literally put it up to my wrist, right there on the point, and then did one on the palm and manifestation chakra, and I just held it there for quite a long time, and the energy just kept building and building, and it was amazing. And I knew that that was the piece for me, because when you're selecting your crystal, always make sure that you're not rushing the process. Ooh, I like it tumbled, I like it in an obelisk, I want this form. Why are you using it? What is it for? And do you resonate with it energetically, right? Because it's good to have it in multifacets, but when it's cut in an obelisk form, oh my, it takes it to a whole nother dimension. It's a pretty amazing cut as well too. But also having a nice big piece that you can place under a treatment table, or have it as like a central piece in your home that you can put your whole hand on it, you know, like big piece of amethyst, and get yourself really charged up, or some quartz can be really beneficial as well too. Okay, so just take your time with it, sink into it, and like don't rush the process. You'll get a tool that will take it even to the next octave as well too, right? And I've used it in sessions with other crystals, and the combination when working in combo with other crystals, it does so good. So thank you everyone for listening today. It's been a pleasure coming on and sharing these amazing wisdoms. Very grateful for Quantum Quattro, as I said. And I'll talk to you all soon. Have an amazing rest of your day. And yeah, share the video around. And if you need any of my services, the link will be there at the end of the video. Take care, everyone, and have an intergalactic day. Take care.